Chaucer the Cat and the Animal Pilgrims, written by Patricia Borlenghi and illustrated by Giles Greenfield. This book is based on the famous Canterbury Tales, and as in the Canterbury Tales, the stories here are narrated by the pilgrims on their journey. However, in this book, the pilgrims are animals. I will tell you a story told by one of the animal pilgrims, called Jack the Jackal, and the title of the story is The Indigo Jackal. Once upon a time, there was a jackal who lived in a forest. He liked prowling around the outskirts of the town. One night, he accidentally fell into a huge tub of indigo, which was a blue dye. He could not get out of this tub, so he pretended to be dead and remained there until morning. When the owner of the tub saw the jackal, he thought he was dead, and so he lifted him out of the tub. He carried him some distance away and then threw him down to the ground. After a while, when the tub owner had gone, the jackal ran off and went back to the forest. He then looked down at himself and realized that he was completely covered in blue. He started thinking to himself, "I am now blue, the very best of colors. I should do something with my life, better my position and all that." He considered the matter for a while and then called all the jackals together for a meeting. When they had all arrived, he said to the assembled jackals, "I have been blessed by God, as you can see for yourselves. I have been anointed with an essence of all the plants in the forest. Look at my color. From this day, therefore, all the animals in the forest shall be under my command." The jackals saw that he was indeed a wonderful bright color, and so they all bowed down to the ground and said, "Your will is our command, Your Majesty." So the jackal became the king of the forest and gradually gained power over all the other animals. He surrounded himself with a court of lions and tigers. He felt very regal and soon began to be embarrassed by other jackals, his own kin. They were not very beautiful, and the other animals had always looked down upon them. He therefore decided to banish all jackals from the forest. All the jackals were very despondent and did not want to leave the forest, the natural home. But one old jackal said to them, "Do not despair. Even though we have been treated with contempt by this individual who does not know how to behave himself, we do know his weaknesses. I have a plan which will bring about his downfall. All those lions and tigers are deceived by his color. They do not realize that he is a jackal, and they naturally accept him as a king. You must therefore act in such a way so that he betrays himself. You must follow my plan, which I shall now describe to you." The old jackal explained that the plan was for the jackals to wait until evening, when they would all let out a great howl near where the king jackal was sitting on his throne. When he hears the howling sound, he will be bound to yell out an answer. because he is still a jackal underneath all that ghastly blue. Indeed, people do say that it is very difficult to shake off one's true nature. If a dog were made king and became hungry, would he not start gnawing on a shoe, just like any normal dog? The jackals agreed and carried out the plan. Sure enough, when twilight came, the Indigo Jackal heard their great howls, and he himself started to howl back. Immediately, one of the tigers recognized him for what he really was, and the jackal himself was banished from the forest. This is the fate of a fool who deserts his own side and joins the enemy. Once a jackal, always a jackal, said Jack the Jackal cheekily. I hope you've enjoyed listening to the reading of Jack's story. Thank you.